Let's do this. All right, episode 91, 100 podcast. I brought in House of Gains. I got Pops. I got Hector. I guess first question I should start with, bro, is what started House of Gains and what is it? What is Hog?
Sure. So the way we started is that during quarantine, gyms closed down, right? And so we started hitting the gym inside a garage. And my friend Angel, who's part of Hog, his mom came in and she was like, "Whoa, like what is this? Like the House of Gains?" Like just joking around, and then that kind of sparked an interest of, hey, like maybe we should make this something, right? It's something that I feel like could go a long ways, whether it be motivate people to start working out, whether it just be to inspire people to like do more during COVID, And so that's what it started off as, and I mean, the brand itself is just to get active, make a lifestyle out of moving your body.
Yeah, and how have you? Do you feel like since you started the brand, like it's even changed your lifestyle? Like, have you guys even gotten more active since you're like pushing this brand now of?
Definitely, a lot of it just comes from like accountability, like just seeing like being like someone's motivator is weird. Getting recognized is weird.
Yeah.
Even like even in a small like niche level scale, it's so kind of like weird to get like recognized. Like, oh yeah, I watched your Instagram video earlier today. I want I want a shirt, or like, oh yeah, man, I wasn't gonna go to the gym today, but I saw your video and now like I'm here. So
yeah, that's kind of cool that you said that, because just being that the motivation, bro, for someone, and having that post on Instagram, and you're pushing a whole brand, right? So posting on Instagram almost makes, like you said, the accountability. You have to do something, like you can't post, hey, House of Gains, and then never go to the gym, or never decide, hey, I'm gonna go, because you guys have done powerlifting competitions now, haven't you?
Hector has.
I'm the only one so far, but we're both competing in October. Yeah, his first one, my second one.
How was the process getting prepared for your first powerlifting?
Mentally, so I'm not like a nervous person. So a lot of it came down to just the timing of it, trying to eat better, get right for it, and then holding myself accountable to it. Like it's a mental challenge. There's a lot of hurdles going through, but for me it wasn't so bad. But on the actual platform, that's where I wanted to show out for everybody.
How do you feel like you did on your first?
I felt like
show.
I felt like I did really well. I feel like I'm a performer. Like I learned that about myself during that.
Yeah, I've seen your Instagram, bro. You look like you're a pretty entertaining guy.
I grew up watching like WWE and all that stuff.
So,
like,
shit. Okay.
So like cutting promos, like talking crap to people, like it was just fun. But I like performance wise, I think I did well on squat, bench, and my deadlift. Like I exceeded my expectations.
How did you prepare for the powerlifting competition? I don't even know how, bro. I see you guys lifting some heavy ass weight, dude, and I'm like, that shit makes me nervous, dude. I put 2 plates on squats, bro, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. So how do you guys prepare for that, bro, without even...
There's a big jump.
Fucking your body up, bro. 500 pounds or whatever is fucking crazy.
So there's a big jump from, like, lifting in the gym and actually getting competition ready, just because there's rules and regulations with each federation. And luckily, the federation that I compete in isn't as strict as other federations. But, hitting depth on squat, a lot of people can't really, like, hit depth on squat. Deadlifting, there's, like, minute rules to it that you don't even think about, like, hitching, where it's just kind of like you're shooting your hips up to get the bar, like, at least an inch higher, and they'll call you for that. So learning the rules...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got you.
Learning the rules, hitting your chest on bench, and like holding it, pausing, it's a complete different ball game. So, if you see like where I started before I learned all the rules and how to prepare myself, to where I was at during comp, it just complete 180.
So that might even be the toughest thing, is just the rules, not even the lifting, just knowing to lift the right way for the the rule book.
No, yeah. And then like putting your body on the line, like it is heavyweight, and then there is a lot of like if you mess up, there's a lot of consequences to it, like getting injured, especially with like the more deadly lifts like squats and bench, where it's just if you literally have 400 plus pounds on your back, you could fold at any moment. Like,
what would someone that's trying to get into, or if they are a power lifter, what is some tips you'd give them when they are lifting heavy like that, like on squat, for example? Like, how should they squat the right way to not get injured, or give them the least chance of getting injured? Because obviously you could always get injured, right? You have a shitload of weight on.
I think for that, it's just your proper like preparation in terms of like you warm up good, right? You have a good rest the night before, hydrate yourself, make sure your muscles are well nourished, and then when you're actually performing the squat, have a proper brace, right? Breathe into your stomach, make sure you're nice and tight all the way through and through. You don't dive bomb. I started prepping probably like 2 months in with my coach, and I used to really go down really fast, like
just trying to hurry up and
exactly, like just go straight down. But I learned that if you control the weight down, you're kind of like loading the spring, right? So you're going, and then you're able to jump real quick up.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just building all that power up to explode up.
Yep.
Patience, that's really what it comes down to with every lift. Is the setup is just as important as the actual lift. And bracing and breathing, all that comes into factor. Like, it's just
that point, actually, the bracing, both of you guys have said, is a huge deal, bro. I that was something I didn't do a lot for squats, and I barely started doing it after. Like, I didn't even think about it. And you're like, bro, like how much stronger you are when you tighten. And I think it's because you think like you want to be able to breathe or whatever, but you really want to have your core
engaged.
Ready to go.
Yeah, like honestly, your core has so much muscles in it, right? So the more you're engaging your core in the actual lift, the easier it's gonna be. Versus like if you're like a wet noodle, right? A wet noodle's gonna bend. Right? A wet noodle's gonna bend. If you're a little more rigid and you use your leverages right, it's gonna go up a little faster.
You probably got a better chance of injuring your back as well. Probably,
yeah. No doubt.
And that's why you also gotta be loose with it too. Like there's a fine line between being like loose enough to like get ready for the movements, and then being tight enough to not hurt yourself because how loose you are. It's just you have to find out like what works for you, and it takes a lot of prep, and
Do you? What do we got going on right here? Oh, what's good, everybody? Hey, what's good? We got a couple people in here, but
what's up, guys?
Do you guys follow? Damn, we got 9 people in the house. That's pretty good. Shit. Do you guys follow a certain gym plan? Like, is there any guy or any? Obviously, if you guys are getting ready for a competition or whatever, I'm sure you guys got a gym plan. But your day to day, is there a certain person or a certain workout you guys follow?
So we're both coached by the same guy, Coach Matt Galvin. Matt Galvin. So he coached us. He preps our program, and he gives us a day-to-day kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
So it's like Monday through Friday. He sets us up like, oh yeah, this many sets with this heavy squat, and then these are your accessories. Yeah. And then same thing with bench, deadlift.
Yeah. And it's all based on percentages and like RPEs. So like on squats, if your max is 100 pounds, right? Theoretically.
Okay.
So then he'll give you 85%, right? So that's gonna be 85 pounds that you're gonna squat that day. For a couple reps, couple sets, depending on if you're deloading. Deloading is when you're like pretty much finished the whole entire block. So you've done like 4 or 5 weeks, and you need to give your body rest, but your muscular system rest too. So he bases the program like that, and for me it's worked really well. I've never ever been on a program. I've been lifting weights since like football and things like that.
Yes, yeah.
And I've seen like a really, really big jump in my numbers just these past 2 months.
It's wild how scientific
working
out or weightlifting and just your body can get in general. I see those bodybuilder guys, bro, and I just saw Theron from what is it, one Fit Native on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Desert Metro Fitness, dude. He's like in 90 days. Like, yeah, he was already ripped, right? He's already buff, but in 90 days, bro, he's like just completely ripped, all veins, like, bro, just 8-pack or whatever, just looking like a savage for his competition. That's just, it's wild how it's down to a science.
Everybody
now, you know?
on that Desert Metro Fitness like team, I know they're competing Saturday. Like, you know, props to them. That takes a lot of work. Like, powerlifting is one thing, bodybuilding's draining mentally, physically, because just, you know, eating, you're constantly eating, you're force feeding yourself. Like, it's just crazy how bodybuilding works too.
Bodybuilding is, it's like a whole nother animal. I feel like, bro, I see those guys, and yeah, they, especially when it's leading up to that last couple weeks, leading up to the competition, when you know they're like, they're cutting down, bro. They're cutting down, bro. They look like they're ready to stab somebody, dude.
They're all angry.
Yeah, bro. Man, that's crazy. But what's your guys' goals with House of Gains, man? What do you guys want to do? What do you, is there any big plan with it? Or you guys want to just keep doing what you're doing, just see how it goes, go with the flow?
I think the end goal for me is to open up an actual gym in Coachella. You know,
hey, see, there we go.
Yeah, so I want to eventually be at a point in my life where I could give back to my community and open up like an actual a facility where you could train in multiple aspects, whether you want to be a bodybuilder, whether you want to be an athlete, or if you want to do strongman or powerlifting. That space is going to be it for the whole city. And if everyone wants to come, that's fine too. But I think Coachella, we don't have that, right? We have to travel to other cities to get access to equipment, and I want to bring that there.
I'd be a legit. I feel like owning a gym would be cool for a lot of us guys that work out, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. That's like, we almost live there, you know? Like, I'm at the gym 2, sometimes 3 times a day, bro, especially if it comes to cardio. Like, I would love to own a gym, man. What about you, bro? What do you want to do from this?
I see House of Gains as like a good opportunity to like give back to the community, build a community first of all.
Honestly, you guys have a pretty big community behind you guys.
Building the community,
just starting
just
it.
like on an internal aspect, like I just feel like really great about how we help people, and like that's really what it comes down to, is just helping back, and you know, just seeing everybody like rock their stuff, and you're like, oh man, like the message behind House of Gains, you know, just, you know, never give up, you know, keep trying, you're bound for glory, all this stuff is just, you know, it's just great seeing that people like rock with us, and you know, making that bigger, like, you know, like statewide, even like maybe like just like throughout the U.S. That'd be cool, but you know, dream big.
Yeah. But that's a great message, bro. Just don't give up, because that's a lot of people, man. Especially nowadays, bro. We got gas is $6 a gallon. People are fucking drowning, bro. And it's like this would be the time that a lot of people would give up. And a lot of the times, bro. And it's not every time, but a lot of the time when you feel like you're at the end, bro. That's when you're just beginning. That's when the come up has just started. You know, so. That's a great point. Just keep it moving.
And a lot of people on like Instagram is a great place to build a community, and it's also a terrible place because you just see people. You see the same videos. Like, oh, PR! I hit 450 on squat today. And then next week, I hit 452 on squat. PR. But a lot of people don't really understand is that the grind is literally hitting the same weight over and over and over and over, practicing your craft.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Like, it's boring. Powerlifting is, you know, boring. It's a boring thing to do until you get on prep, and obviously by the time you're ready for comp, like you're stronger. But like for the meantime, it's just hitting the same weight. 385 this week, 385 next week, 385 the third week. You know, just different rep counts.
Like you said, bro, it's boring. A lot of shit is boring a lot of the time, you know, and I think a lot of people like social media, it's so flashy, you know, it's like everything's exciting, like they just see the exciting part, like the end goal or whatever. They don't see the day-to-day, and it's cool to see guys that are willing to just show the day-to-day, you know, and like
the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, man, like just you don't have to Photoshop every fucking photo and shit, bro. You can just have a good time. And
I understand that. Yeah, and I think in all social media, right, people just want to showcase the highlights. I mean,
me myself.
I
saw you post your your misses, bro. I saw you post your misses
Oh,
on your
yeah.
on your Instagram, and that's a big deal, man. Like it was like your deadlift, right? It was like your deadlift failures, and it. Why not? You know, like that's the whole point of pushing yourself. Like, how are you gonna push your body to the next level if you don't even push your body? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, if you don't ever fail, how are you gonna succeed?
I feel like it's a message that we could apply in all aspects of life, right? Like, if you fail the first time and give up, then did you really ever try? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like when you learn how to walk as a baby, you stumble, you fall, and guess what? You get back up and you keep going. I feel like in life, if you have mistakes here and there, hey, you learn from them, dust off, and keep going.
Well, any sports, anything in general, bro, you suck when you first start. Bro. Like, you know, you try out, like, you're terrible, and then, or even an art, you know, whatever, you know, you're terrible. It's gonna take work, bro. It's gonna take a grind, and it's those people that it ends up paying off. The day to day, you deal with it, bro. It's not even the motivation; it's the discipline, you know. And I hear a lot of those guys talk about like it. When the motivation ends, that's when you see who's real, you know, who's really about it. Because, bro, there's a lot of days. I went to the gym today and I looked at the squat rack and I was like, I walked away from it, dude. I did some upper body and then I went back to the squat rack and I did squats, bro. I had to I was like, nah, bro, I can't let the bitch win today. You know?
A big factor, at least with me, with motivation is the community. Like the gym that we go to 24, but we also go to Universal Training Center, and literally everyone there is on their grind. Like, on their.
Shout out to Universal, man. They have a great community there.
Yeah, like everyone's friendly with each other, but they know when it's time to work.
They're working,
and they'll cheer for you. They're no one's preying on your downfall there, you know, like at least like when I walked into EOS the other day and I saw like some dude on the squat rack quarter squatting with Tim's on, but like he's filming himself for Instagram, and then like like 3 plates loaded up. I'm like, oh man, like
that's where I goes EOS, bro, and then I went to Get Fit just yesterday because Landon, shout out Landon or Orlando, however you know him, he just bought Get Fit maybe a month ago or whatever in Palm Desert, and I went over there, bro, and just the vibes are so different, man. Like getting those vibes of like the private gym, dude. The privately owned gym where people are in there to work, bro. They're not in there to put on a show. Yeah. They're not in there to fucking go get a lady for the night or whatever, bro. Like they're fucking there to get their workout in, you know? Like
Get Fit was a great place for me when COVID was going on because they were literally the only gym open at the time, and this was a time I think all the Hog Boys were on vacation. They were going like Mexico and stuff.
They went to Cabo.
They went to Cabo, and so like I didn't have access to the gym, so I hit up the previous owner, and he was super cool. He was like, yeah, I know this might be a short term thing, but he's like, I'll hook you up. And yeah, Get Fit was nice in that meantime, and that like dead space of COVID and the gyms opening.
When it was crazy and
gyms opening and closing, and then you know you didn't know if they're going to be open next week, but you know.
That's how I went to Get Fit too during that time, man. And the owner at the time, I think his name's Eric Weaver or something like that. But he was a really cool guy, man, and down to earth, and just was, you know, just willing to let you work out, bro. Like if you're there to work out, just work out, man. That whole COVID thing was crazy, bro. I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to lose any. I don't want to even lose any viewers, bro. I don't want to lose any viewers, but that was crazy, bro. Having to wear a mask to work out, bro. You're about to die, dude. It just doesn't make no sense. But back to the workouts do you guys take huge breaks? Because I've heard Joe Rogan talk about this, like. His workouts can take like 2 hours or whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you guys take big breaks between your lifts? Are you guys taking like a minute and a half or whatever, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes or whatever? I don't even know what the break is. 5 minutes or whatever to fully recover and then get a full lift in, a full good lift, and then fully recover.
The optimal time is around 4 minutes. Is like if you're gonna it depends on how what you're hitting. So if you're going to hit a top set of something like heavy, like 92%, you should be giving yourself 4 to 5 minutes of rest.
Okay.
But if you're like trying to like, if it's a lot of hypertrophy, like 75% for multiple sets, multiple reps, then 2 to 3 minutes is good. But if you're prepping up for something big, 5 minutes like is at least 5 minutes too. Is just hydrating, eating. I know like powerlifters get this like really like funny like meme of themselves of, oh, I'm gonna eat gummy worms before every set. Take a nap. Yeah.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. I think it varies too, person to person. So like me personally, I like when I'm in the gym, I want to get it done. Like I'm there, I'm not there to play games. You know, I'll joke around with Hector and Angel, Joey, and my brother. Like these are all the Hog boys. You know, like, but at the end of the day, I'm there to put work in. And so I'm on the shorter end of the 40.
It's hard for me to sit there, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah, like,
same. I'm dying,
same.
dude.
Like I want to just go, you know?
Yeah.
And so when they're like, oh, you need to rest, I'm just like, damn.
That's how.
Go.
And that's what I hear from multiple people. You know, the guys that actually know the lifting. You know it's down to the sciences. You know, you got to take that break, bro. But for me, I'm like, oh my god, I can't be in here for 2 hours, man. I gotta go home, bro. I want to go do something, but yeah, bro. I don't know, man. How has lifting changed your life in general? Do you guys feel like lifting has, or even physical activity, even though you said you played football anyways, so you already know, and in general, I don't know, did you play sports as well?
No, throughout high school, I didn't play any sports. I was, like I said, I was overweight most of my life. I was 300 plus in high school, and then after high school, I probably dropped down like 305, and I was just sitting there until like I got introduced to the gym probably like 2017, and I tried to lose weight, but I wasn't there. But
you ever look at like old photos of yourself, and then you look at yourself now, and you're like, Jesus, like wow, that's crazy what I did, bro.
Yeah, exactly, and like just seeing myself before, seeing myself now, it's just insane.
What would you pass along to somebody that is overweight, that is struggling with that, and they want to,
It's a mental battle, and you just know that, like, you're not alone in it, and, like, people are rooting for you. No one's staring at you in the gym. Yeah. You know, nobody cares, like, if you look stupid hitting anything in the gym. And eating, like dieting, I don't think dieting works. I don't eat vegetables. I hate vegetables. I'll eat vegetables if I have to. But like dieting, I don't think dieting works.
Oh, that's hilarious, bro. I don't know if I'm going to agree with that one. I don't know. Shout out everybody that's in here, though, bro.
But,
I don't know.
But all right. Eating like higher proteins, like,
maybe not dieting, but eating healthier. I feel
eating better, yeah. Because I went from eating like
eating less, bro.
Oh yeah,
and not at night, bro. Like a night thing was like a big deal for me because at one point, bro, I was like, I think in my heaviest I was like 275, man. I was 275 and 275 not a good way, like 275 fully out of shape, bro. And that's all it was. It was just that slow. Don't eat at night. Don't drink soda. Yeah. Go to the gym every day, even if you feel like shit. Do something every day. And it wasn't a fast process, man. I think people think it's going to be like next month. I'm going to be in shape. And I don't know how long it took you or whatever, but it's almost like an ongoing journey that kind of never ends, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just got to stay committed.
Yeah. I think it comes down to calories in, calories out.
So basic. That's it. Right? Exactly. So, like,
if you burn more calories than you consume, you're going to lose weight. But the other aspect of that is nutrition, right? Nutrients, dense foods, what you're putting in your body. Like, yeah, you could lose weight, like if you eat hot Cheetos and stuff, if it fits your macros at the end of the day, right?
Calories in, calories out.
Calories in, calories out. But you're still going to feel like crap.
Yeah,
right? Exactly. If you're not eating your fruits, if you're not eating, like, really good nutritious meat, grass fed, things like that, then at the end of the day you're gonna lose the weight, but you're not gonna feel at your most optimal. You're not gonna feel 100%. And that's something that I've been learning, like, throughout this journey. Like, it's what I put in my body then tends to affect how I perform in the gym.
Yes. Yeah.
If I have a good breakfast, my oats, and it's really high in protein, then I'm good for the day. Like, I feel really good, energized. I'll be waking up at 5:30, have my oats, have my protein shake, and I'm able to hit a workout. Boom. And fully energized, and I'll be throughout the whole day steady. If I start off my day like with the big old bowl of cereal, I have really good energy in the beginning, but then bam, I crash. Midday, I'm
That's something I'm working on right now. It's not the cereal part, but the bangs, bruh. The caffeine, you know, that big old caffeine boost, and then that crash, you know.
Yeah.
But that is a big deal. It's just the healthy, putting the good foods in, and also the sleep, man. I think
people sleep on sleep.
Yeah,
people sleep on sleep.
Yeah, bro. It's so tough to just sit there and, all right, I'm just gonna lay down, go to bed. But man, it is so important to just get that good night's sleep, because then you get the good night's sleep, you start your day earlier, you get your workout done earlier. Everything just runs off of that, you know. You just get a good start.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all human, and you know, we all have setbacks. We all have these tendencies to, like, we see people like, oh, perfect schedule, perfect diet, perfect eating, perfect workouts, perfect genetics, and like we see that, and we try to like imitate that as humans. And it's just, at the end of the day, like, you know, what works for me won't work for you. What works for
and in reality, bro, none of those people are perfect.
No,
they're just putting on a show, and in reality, everybody's got their mistakes or whatever, and you just gotta be better than you were yesterday, and try to just better yourself every day. And if you have a bad day, you have a bad day, and don't make it your life. Don't make it you. Just make it a bad day.
And there's hella setbacks in life, and like, you know, you just gotta overcome them, and you know, get back. And you don't want to fall back to the point where, you know, oh, I haven't been to the gym in like 6 months just because
exactly
one incident.
Exactly.
And, you know, like, I've had setbacks where I didn't hit the gym for a week, and then like I'm just like, okay, I need to go back, because I know if I miss another week, I'm not going back for another month.
And that, dude, that's a huge point. Is if you have a setback, don't let it be fucking it, bro. Like, if you have like you have a couple bad meals, you fucking go out and you get drunk and you have a bad couple days, you fucking hungover or whatever. Like, don't make that, oh, now I fucking quit on the gym, and like, bro, like, that's a huge deal. Don't make it we have to go all the way back to square one. Like, you take 5 steps back, it's all right, bro. Don't take 100 and go back to 0, you know?
Exactly, yeah, you know, and then we all go through it. We all go through depression. We all go through anxiety. Like, no one is living, like, a happy lifestyle. Like, you can be happy, but it's very, like, you're not consistently, you know...
Yes, exactly.
It's not all uphill. It's just, you know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's not how life is. Life isn't just like that.
It's not all like, bro. All fucking just living on the clouds and shit. We're not all Joe Rogan, man.
Yeah, so, you know, as like a standard citizen, you know, human being, we all go through it. And
what do you guys do to get you through those off days or those bad days when you're feeling a little, I don't know, or even if it's a bad week, a bad month or whatever? What do you guys do to, you know, besides the gym? Is there anything else you guys have? Any other passions to get your mind off of it?
I suffered through depression. Like, I'm a failed suicide attempt, and you know, just kind of like, music is a big factor for me. Like, listening to music, driving around, coping with that, and a lot of it just comes down to your support system. You're like, and I've said it earlier in the podcast, that you're never alone. Like, I have one of the best support systems. I'm blessed to have one of the best support systems. My friends, my family, you know, everyone around me is always there to help me and motivate me. So to cope with, like, when I do feel sad or down, I always talk to someone. Like, I always seek help. Like, you know, he always reaches out to me. Like, if I don't text the group chat in like 2 days, he always texts me like, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
That's a big deal, man. Having those people that actually take their time to show they care about you.
Yeah.
I love him. He's my brother.
And really, you gotta... It goes both ways, right? Because it's not just them showing they care about you. It's you showing you care about them as well. It's it's a mutually beneficial...
Yeah, you're never alone. That's like a big thing. Like, you know, if you do feel like you're alone, just, you know, like, seek help. Like, you know, everyone's there, like, to help you. You know, I'm a big advocate for it, so like, my DMs are always open.
What would you have told yourself at your lowest?
You know, just don't give up. Really, that's what it comes down to. Is just like, you know, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's gonna be better. Tomorrow, you know, it may or might not be better, but there's a chance it'll be better, and that chance is what we have to live on. And
your life isn't this moment, huh?
Yeah, your life isn't this moment. You know, there's tomorrow. And just got to keep working. also you don't want to hang on like for tomorrow too. You want to live in the moment as well, but it's just like I said, just you really just can't be by yourself in all this, and you may feel alone. Just know that you're never alone.
Yeah, and I've fought with depression, especially after having my my dad pass away, bro. That's been this last, like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months, bro. I didn't even do my podcast for almost like 6 months because it was just like I could barely get out of bed, and I think that's a big deal. I did start going to therapy for a while, and I think it's a big thing, just being able to talk to somebody and just let out your issues. And even if you feel like you can't, to the people that you're closest to, if you got to go like reach out to somebody that doesn't even know you, then do that. You know, there's always, like you said, you're not alone. There's always somebody that you can talk to, and that's kind of a tough thing. People feel afraid, or they feel like it's like stigmatized to go to therapy or whatever. Like you're weak, and especially as a man, and in reality, bro, you're not. You know, you're being smart, you're being strong to go and realize you got something bothering you. You need to let it out, you know.
And then being vulnerable is such a weird thing for men.
Yes, yeah.
Right, and I think it's at your
shit. I feel like a dick sometimes. I'll tell my kids like, stop crying, you know, like, bro, they'll be like hurt or whatever. I'm just like, bro, like, man up, you know. And it's like, damn, you can't even. It's a fine line because you don't want them to be just whiny and shit, but then in reality, bro, you want them to be able to
open up.
Yes, exactly. Speak on their emotions and let out whatever's bothering them.
And I mean, to get back to your question about how like I deal with going like my ups and my downs, I think when I'm in my down, I like lean on my boys, you know. I tend to try to like ponder on why I started what I started. You know, I coach at the local high school, and and like I am like, damn, like if I'm down, then it's gonna bring that bad energy to practice, you know. And so then I try to think like, okay, like why did I start either like lifting? Why did I start teaching? Why did I start coaching? Things like that. And it tends to get me out of the funk relatively fast. You know, I'll tune into a podcast.
That's crazy you brought up coaching, bro, because that's something that got me through my whole dad thing, was coaching my sons and coaching these little kids in football and watching these, because I coached them their first season, bro. First season. Terrible.
How old are they?
My youngest was on the team. He was 4 at the time, but they were first and second graders. So it was 4, and my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old was on the team. First season 1-9, bro. Terrible. Second season, bro, we ended up going like 5-2. We win a playoff game, and it's just crazy seeing these kids. Like, I don't know, man. Just so cool seeing these kids just turn into little athletes. You know, little
growth, right?
Yeah,
you see them
bro.
from literally making their first at bat to, hey, like I could actually swing and make contact, or to throw the ball, understand the game.
Exactly. How much effort they put into it too, man. And bro, there's been times where they're down in the fourth quarter. Like my son one time, bro, down in the fourth quarter, last play of the game, throws a fucking Hail Mary. The kid catches it for a touchdown. You're like, this kid's a superstar.
NFL bound.
Yeah, man. It's cool, man. I think giving back and just, like you said, the coaching, I think a lot of people, especially when you're feeling down, sometimes you gotta not look so into yourself and maybe just go help somebody out, you know, and it might even just make you feel better. Just
I know it's a big cliche. Someone. It's like a big cliche, but realistically, find your why. Once you find your why, it helps. Your life will change significantly. Yeah. You know, it just find the reason, keep going.
Write it down, put it up on a wall. Hey, you wake up, you look at it. Your day's you're already ahead. Yeah. Right? You look up at it, hey, like, okay, set your goals, you know? Like, yeah. I'm a big, write down your goals.
You're the second podcast in a row that said that, write that shit down.
You gotta write it down, right? You manifest it, whether it be a facade where people think, hey, like, manifestation isn't real. And if you're putting energy towards a goal, I feel like one way or the other, you're gonna achieve it. Right, you can't fake it. If you write it down and say, "Hey, these are the steps I'm going to take to succeed," then hey, make those steps. And if you mess up, guess what? You're going to find your way back into doing the goal. At the end of the day, right? You're going to figure a way out to achieve that goal.
Yeah, if that's your real goal.
Yeah, because you can't BS it. Yeah, right? You can't BS anything in life. Like it's going to come back.
There's no way. It's It's impossible to BS it, man. Especially nowadays when there's just so many ways for people to see you. You know, see the real you. It's kind of hard to BS it. You know.
Life's a grind at the end of the day. Just got to keep pushing. Find your why. Right.
You guys have any drops coming soon?
By the end of this month, first week of next month, we're gonna drop our skeleton deadlift tee. So that's coming out. Go. Yeah, and we're actually dropping shorts. So, like the Russ Wool calls them the hoochie daddies. They're a little bit above the knee.
Okay. Let's go.
And we're doing it with this logo here. This is our like official logo. If you want to show them, it's HOG. Nice. If you could see it.
And then you guys that are tuning into the Twitch and everybody that's gonna be on YouTube whenever I post it out, we're gonna be doing 2 giveaways, courtesy of House of Gains. 2 little care packages. Twitch streamers, leave a comment on YouTube when we drop it, or on Instagram. Give House of Gains a follow, 100 Podcast a follow, and I'll pick 2 people. We'll pick 2 people to give them away to. I think there's some pins in there, some shirts in there, just a little care package from House of Gains. So give them a follow. What is it? HOG760 on Instagram.
Yep, sir.
If you search House of Gains, I'm sure it'll come up. Or 100 Podcast. Give me a follow. I got them tagged on multiple stories. But dude, I appreciate you guys coming in. This was a pretty informational podcast, man, and I think you guys are motivation for a lot of people in general, not just guys, just people in general. Just like you're talking about the depression and just life in general, man. You guys are motivation. I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing and don't focus too much on this money or whatever. Just focus on, like you guys said, helping out the community, because you guys are a big benefit to the community.
Our DMs are always open on House of Gains. Me and him both run the account. And feel free to Twitch and YouTube to ask us questions about any lifting advice, how to get into a gym, like fitness, lifestyle, dieting. We're pretty knowledgeable on both ends. But even if you need like life advice too, or if you need someone to talk to, we're both here. Our DMs are always open.
Yeah.
And
they're very open. You see them at the gym, bro. Reach out, talk to them, man. They're cool guys, bro. They're just cool guys in general. This is my first time even sitting down and talking to them. So first time sitting down and talking to them. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Again, reach out to them on Instagram, House of Gains 760. Again, 2 giveaways. Giveaway to comment on YouTube. Giveaway if you follow House of Gains and 100 Podcast. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to close off this video. Turn off the volume, then I'll close out the Twitch. Oh.